Hello and welcome to Western Motors, Ireland's leading Volkswagen dealer. Today we're going to give you a helpful guide through the 2026 model year Volkswagen Polo. We're going to show you what specs are available to you, what they entail, what engines are available, what gearboxes are available, and just a general overview of the car. For 2026, we can order the Volkswagen Polo in 6 spec levels. We have base, we have style, we have life, we have edition 75, we have R-Line, and we have R-Line 75. We get 2 engine options across the range of the 2026 Polo. We can have a 1 litre MPI making 80 horsepower. That's married to a 5-speed manual gearbox and drives the front wheels only. Or we can have a 95 brake horsepower 1 litre TSI version of the engine. We can have that in either 5-speed manual or 7-speed DSG automatic. Entry level into the Volkswagen Polo starts in the aptly named base spec car. It's a really good, practical, reliable entry into the Volkswagen world. Base level includes an 8-inch touchscreen infotainment display, a multi-function steering wheel, air conditioning, 15-inch alloy wheels, and then we've got stuff like hill start assist and traction control as standard. Base level 2 is the only place where we can opt for the 80 horsepower MPI with the 5-speed manual gearbox. That is going to lend to very predictable servicing costs, running costs, and long-term ownership costs. Starting at live spec and continuing throughout the whole range from here on out, we can also opt for the 95 brake horsepower TSI engine with either 5-speed manual gearbox or 7-speed DSG automatic. Bumping up to live spec, and we get comfort seats. We get the center armrest. We get a leather wrapped multifunction steering wheel this time, and we get wireless connect for seamless smartphone integration. Moving up to edition 75, and we build on live spec with additions like rear privacy glass and a reverse parking camera. Moving up again to style spec, and we get sports comfort seat, we get matrix LED headlamps on the outside, we get ambient lighting, and we get the Discovery Media Pack with extra speakers on the interior. Moving up to the R-Line package, and we get the R-Line styling pack on the outside with black accents everywhere. We get the 3-spoke leather steering wheel with the R-Line badge on it this time. We get bespoke R-Line interior trim with bucket seats, while the R-Line 75 further upgrades that to 17-inch York alloy wheels on the outside and wireless charging pad and a host of other extras on top of that again. Now, as a general overview of the Polo, it's a very typical VAG Group product in so much as anything you touch or come into contact with in the car just feels incredibly well made. It feels really sturdy. The materials they use too are absolutely fantastic. They're very cleverly used so they can keep costs down without making the car feel compromised in any way, shape or form. And I mean that from base right the way up to edition 75 R-Line. Everything you have to touch just feels great. Closing the door on all Volkswagens feels like closing a bank vault door. Closes with a really reassuring ka-thunk. But again, the weight of the steering wheel, the buttons, as you press them, they have a really nice feedback as you touch them. You know you've actioned the function you want to choose. It's really, really good. But the second thing about it is the interior space that's used inside. It's just fantastic. It's a physically large car on the inside and stays really nicely compact on the outside. And it's just from really clever ergonomics when they're designing these cars. Every single part of these cars is thought about to the nth degree before they ever go into production. That incredibly clever use of space continues into the back of this car. As we sit here now, this seat is concave. I've 1 to 2 inches of knee room, but my feet go under the seat in front of me. So I'm perfectly comfortable as I sit here. And for scope, I'm 6 feet 1 inches tall. And if you said I should lose a few pounds, I couldn't be offended. And I'm in here perfectly. And I do take up quite a bit of space. At a push, 3 adults my size will actually squeeze in here. I do believe that 3 smaller adults will fit here quite comfortably. And again, because we can put our feet either side of the hump in the floor, you're going to accommodate adults, but 3 children will be accommodated easily in here. The car comes with ISOFIX points on both sides, but you will fit one of those bulky child booster seats in the middle, in my opinion. And then we get nice touches like USB-C ports for kids' devices and that kind of stuff. It's a really, really complete car, in my opinion. Polo is available in just one body style, and it gives us a more than generous 351 litres of usable boot space. All of the cars are capable of folding the rear seats down flat, and at that stage we get 1,390 litres of usable boot space. So here we are out driving the Polo, and this is where the Polo starts to leave the rest of the pack behind, because the Polo, unlike an awful lot of other super minis, is really comfortable doing things like this, 100 kilometers per hour, and it's nice and silent. It's really composed. The steering weights are fantastic in it because it's nice and heavy at this kind of speed, but it's also nice and light when you're at parking speed and maneuvering sorts of speeds. So it's a really well balanced car. The chassis also irons out bumps and undulations and potholes incredibly well without ever getting bouncy, but it also manages to do it without being too stiff. It's a really well engineered little car, and most Polos in all spec ranges are going to come with cruise control. With this car that we're testing here is the R-Line version of the car in manual, and we've got radar cruise control, so we just put it on and let the car take care of all the journeys. It's a really, really good car in the way that it's balanced. You could literally drive from Belfast to Cork in this car quite comfortably in pretty good silence, to be fair to it. But the real place that the Polo, in my opinion, is going to shine is here. On these tight, twisty city and town streets, this is where the Polo really comes to life. The compact dimensions on the outside make it fit through gaps with absolute ease. It is really confidence inspiring. And with the 95 horsepower TSI as we're testing now, it's nippy enough to be really good fun without being silly. The other thing about those compact dimensions in situations like this, they make it very easy to park, and attach that to the fact that the steering is intelligent and it's nice and light at these sorts of speeds. It lends to a very, very complete car, considering we can go off across the country in this car all day. So I think that brings us to the end of our guided tour through the 2026 Volkswagen Polo. So from here, what we'll do is we'll head back to Western Motors, and I'll hand you over to one of the Volkswagen brand ambassadors there. Or you can click the link in the video's description to make your appointment to test drive one of these absolutely fabulous little cars today.
My name is Stuart Hitchcock. I'm Volkswagen car sales executive here at Western Motors. Volkswagens are super cool. There's a wide variety of models for everyone. We also have a fantastic aftercare then as well. Customers choose Western Motors because it's a family-run business with specifically trained staff to understand and listen to the customer. We also have a top quality after-sales care to ensure customer loyalty.